Hello, today we are going to be working on some basic alterations to pants. So we're going to start by tapering the leg. This technique will apply to skirts, dresses, anything that needs to be tapered or made smaller. And then we'll work on a regular top stitched hem, which is stitching from the right side or wrong side of the garment straight through and re-hemming. So let's begin. We're starting with the taper. And on this pant, which I'm using as an example, I pinned a little bit out of the side while the person was wearing these pants. So this is how much I want to take them in. I'm going to flip, without unpinning, I'm going to flip the garment to the inside. And now we can see this is where my pins are, holding that new side seam together. And what we're going to do is use chalk or anything that will show up, and we're just going to mark either side of the pant where that pin is. And all the way up. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to reach inside and unpin, because now that we've marked it on the side that we're going to sew, now we can see actually how much we're going to take out of that pant leg. So we'll finish unpinning. We can set those aside. We won't need those anymore. Perfect. There we go. Now we're going to set the pant leg out and draw a line so that we can make sure we take the right amount out, smooth, equal, all the way down, merging into the seams. So we've got our mark here, our mark here, and our mark up here. Now, sometimes we have to kind of curve the line to make it smoother, so we will look at this, look at the garment here, look at where the pocket is on this other side, because we don't want to sew into the pocket. So to come all the way out to here without cutting into this pocket, that'll be too much of a curve. So we're going to kind of ease it out instead, easing it out towards that second mark. See, that was our original mark, but that's too much. So we're easing that curve in. And then we're going to take that down. And you can also use any type of clear ruler once you get further into the pant leg, because that's where it's going to get straight. Up here, closer to the pocket, we're talking about the curve of the body, but down closer to the ankle, we don't have to worry about that as much. Here too, I don't want to dip in so much. So I'm going to use my ruler to straighten that line out and come up to the place where we began and met that seam. So I'll clean this up a little bit with the iron, and I will also put pins in it to make sure that I am clearly marking the actual line that we've chosen. Because often we have to veer away from those original rough pin lines, just because when it was on the person, we threw them in, fitted, and got a general idea of what we needed to do, and now we are cleaning it up to make it more technical, more precise. So you can see that I pinned along the actual line that we are going to use. Okay, and now once we get further down the leg, we just want to make sure that we take equal amounts from about, mid-calf down. And the reason is because when we turn up the hem later, we need for that measurement to be the same at the bottom as it is to where we're turning it up, so that it doesn't bubble. So we'll just measure from the seam, and we are at about 3/4 of an inch in. So we will just continue that all the way to the bottom, maybe even veering out a bit. There we go. and then we'll pin that. Okay. Now, I want to match the other leg. So if you're working with a skirt, obviously you're going to match the other side, or a dress. And with the pants, you'll want to make sure that you first are tapering the same side. So in this case, we were tapering the out seam of the pant, not the inseam. So now we want to make sure when we go to the other side of the pant, we are tapering that out seam again and not the inseam, so that it's taken in equally on either side.